whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā kona whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari mai. Hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body. Ko te reo rāhiri tēnei, ko te reo whakahei tēnei, o Taringa e whakapāho atu ana kia koutou i te pihiki auahi o Tawamutu, Bustling Metropolis. Oh, I thought you were going to do a cricket. Yeah. There was a bit of a pause there. Yeah, I know. Hoi anō, e ngā iwi, e ngā kāwai nui, e ngā kāwai roa, ngā maunga whakahi, ngā wai whakatere tani whanau mai, hoki mai. Ane anō māua ko te puaheiri, tēnā koe hoa.
Tēnā koe, tēnā koutou, kia ora atu kia koutou katoa.
Ai, kia ora atu.
Yeah.
Yes, you saw that post, didn't you?
Yes, and I just redeemed myself when I said kia ora mai to our guest this morning.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to be redeeming myself too, because I'm sure like when some of my posts that come back 10 years ago pop up, I'm going to, yeah, there it is. I said my e, so anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, too bad, I'll talk about another time.
Go to Tāne Roin's page and see the post.
Koia. Hoi anō, e mihi ana kia koutou, and tuahine, e te tuahine, Erika me tātātou pepe,
Mama
me ki koutou, yes, kei roto tonu koe, i o māua ngā kau. Hoi anō, e mihi ana kia koutou katoa, me ki pēnei, he manuhiri tātāwa.
Tēka.
E hoa, mātai tēnā koe?
Kia ora rau atu Paraone o tira, kia ora rau atu kōrua.
Tēnā koe.
Nā koe hika? Kei te aha.
Kei te aha e hika.
Kei te ora rau atu, me pehe kore ai, nā te mea kei te uranga mai o te rā, kei te tai rāwhiti. I live in Gisborne City, the first place to see the sun, so of course, kei te ora rau atu.
Yeah, how was the weather down there in Gizzy? Are you fellas up in the 30s yet?
Well, ko tata, we're almost there. I think we had a 28 here the other day.
Wee, yare.
Yeah, so anōne, it's as if ko tū ke te haka tāne ruru. It's almost as like it's almost summer now.
Kia ora.
Hoi anō, e hoa tēnā koe mo i whakawātea mai a koe. And kia mohi o mai koutou e te iwi, ko te terenga tēnei o te iwi o te wiki.
Iwi o te wiki.
Iwi o te wiki. And, you know, Matai could pick a few of his iwi out of tūranga nui a kiwa. Engari, i tēnei rā, e kōrero ana ia mō Rongo Whakaata.
Kia ora.
Rongo Whakaata! Hoi anō, e mua tērā, e hoa, check it over to you, e kiwaha tāu.
Tētai o ngā tino kiwaha I konei, ko te kikino ke koe.
Kikino ke koe.
Kikino ke koe.
Kikino ke koe. Now, when you hear the word kino, you probably think I think the assumption is that, oh, you're bad. But it's actually, who's bad? Who's bad?
Who's bad? Simone! I just felt that weight when you said that.
Doing the
Such a cool video, eh?
Man,
did you go to his concert?
Yes.
Did you?
1996. I did.
Yeah, we all went.
He came out in the cherry picker and I love you!
Yeah.
I love you!
Yeah, and anyone else that went on their night and they said, and I was like, did he say he loved you too? I felt a bit, you know.
Yeah, he was talking to me. He was talking to me.
Anyway, actually, we pinched one of the, you know, those plastic things they put on the ground.
Yeah, the whāriki.
Yeah, we took one of those off.
Yeah.
It was like,
hey,
this, like, te rori hoki o tērā. Anyway,
I was just going to jump in and say, kiki no ke koe.
Yeah, kiki no ke koe.
Isn't that amazing that just struck out all these memories by saying, you know, might think it's bad. Anyway, back to you, e hoa.
So I think, you know, for our second language learners, they probably hear ki kino ke koe and think, it's a bad thing, you know. Kino means bad or evil or something. But with this particular kiwaha, kua huri. Kua huri te wairo o te kiwaha, ne? So it's actually saying, the opposite. It's saying, ki kino ke koe. Sure, you're onto it.
You're onto it.
Kino ke koe.
It's like when you took that mat from the Michael Jackson concert, ki kino ke koe.
I don't even know where it is. There's two things.
It could have been a foundation for more theft.
Yeah, well, true. And, you know, kaua koutou e pērai te iwi. You know, if you're going to all these summer concerts that, you know, that are coming and about now.
Those ones who take street signs as mementos and road cones.
Me whakawhiti ngā mati that we're not going to go whakapiki taumata or heti or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That happens a lot here in Tūranga because I live in a beautiful place called Paradise, aka Manutuke, which is situated about 12 kilometres south of Gisborne.
I thought it was Kaiti.
And, well, yes, I did grow up in the metropolis of Kaiti, aka Cambridge Terrace University.
Kia ora.
But Manutuke, so there are all these signs, when you drive into Manutuke, there's this piki tohu.
Aye.
They don't actually stay there for long because some of our whanaunga like to take them over to Ahitereiria.
Aye.
So sometimes you drive past and think, heka, where's that sign? Mera wake, next minute you see it up on Facebook and Kazi's got it over in their whare in Darwin.
Ui, are they?
Like
the big green ones.
Tangata. Yeah, the big green ones.
Ui.
Yeah.
Kiki no.
But anyway.
Kiki no ke o whanaunga.
Kiki no ke, right.
Do you use the word huanga down there, what?
Huanga.
Yeah, for relations.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think we use the word, well, you hear a lot, kei aku tini whanaunga.
Right. Yeah.
Aku tini whanaunga. So whanaunga is probably the more used word.
What about uri? Like mātātu use uri a lot. Like e aku uri.
Yep.
Ah, yeah.
E aku uri. Aye.
Interesting.
Yep, we use that.
Oe pai koa, that was the siege way.
Yeah.
Kua puta mai te taone, te piki, te rāti piki taone. Piki ake pe ia te amutu a Manutuke.
Ne?
Yeah.
Aye.
Ana koina pe te capital o Rongo Whakaata.
Rongo Whakaata, aye.
Yep. So that is the capital of Rongo Whakaata. We have one shop, we have one petrol station, and we have 4 marae. Ko te poho o Taharako, ko te mana o Tūranga, ara ko Whakatoa marae. Another one that is called the Māori Battalion, ko te poho o Rukupo tērā. And then we have one just across the bridge, Ohako, te kiko o te rangi.
Kia ora.
So if anga marae kei Manutuke.
Oui.
So during the COVID period, all of our marae, and I don't know if it was the same for you in the metropolis of Te Awamutu, but they were closed down, which was quite an ironic thing for us because the marae is our ahuru moai, our safe haven, eh?
Kia ora.
But all of a sudden, our 4 marae were closed down and everyone was saying, don't come to the marae, don't come to the marae. But anyway, they're open again, open up for business. Yeah, so that's Manutuke, a population of about 300 plus and 3,000 sheep.
Kia ora.
Yeah.
Kei ko nā tonu te hipi, eh? You don't really see sheep up here much these days.
Oh, ne?
Yeah.
Whenua kau.
Mostly in Ngāti Maniapoto.
Yeah.
Like around Te Kuiti.
All the hillocks and the hilly raurau, ngā wāhi raurau.
Taringa.
So I know Manutuke isn't very big, Well, it is big. I roto i te ngākau. Pēnei a te awamutu nei. So, in a radius of how many kilometers do you think? Maybe 5 kilometers that there's these 4... that there's 4 marae. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Aye.
And e rongo whakaata katoa e rā marae.
Rongo whakaata katoa. Aye. Ona pānga ki... If we talk about te pāhau marae, te poho Taharako, o Ngāti Maru, te hapu.
Ngāti Maru, te hapu.
So there are other sub-tribes associated with the various marae as well. But yeah, we all whakapapa. So we're one of those, Rongo Whakaata, our people out at Manutuke, we all affiliate to all of the 4 marae. Kei wareware ia tatou, we mustn't forget our paramount marae that's sitting in Wellington, at Te Hauki Tūranga,
Kia ora.
which of course is my ahuru mōwai when I go down to Pōneke, ka haere au ki Pōneke, I go down there and sit in my marae, ka rongo au te wairo aku tīpuna, I can feel my ancestors. So in terms of Te Hauki Tūranga, which was, taken by the government some 150 years ago, ko te tikanga, ko te wawata, we're hoping that it will come home soon. But of course, with that comes all this other stuff as well in terms of me pehe a tā mātou nei manaki te marae, because there's a cost factor to it as well, So those conversations are happening as we speak.
Tēnā koe. E hoa mo te hunga whakarongo, all 68,000 of them that listen to Taringa.
Yeah.
And maybe another 300 this week.
Yes,
If you're from Manutuke.
And, kaua koutou o tūranga o tira me koetahi mātai kaua e pāpauri tēnei kōrero. Engari, everyone thinks that Kazi is Ngāti Porou.
Yeah, ko tētai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same when you go up north.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that anything, north of Auckland is Ngāpui.
Yeah.
That's the iwi up there, that's it.
Aye.
For our listeners, kōrero mai mo te mō rongo whakaata tangata pēr.
Aye, well, if I can just pick up from what you were just talking about there, I was one of those. Growing up at Kura, at Kaiti School, I would stand up and do my pepeha and say, ko hikurangi te maunga, ko waiapu te awa, ko Ngāti Porou te iwi. It wasn't until I went to Manutuke, to my grandparents' place, and they heard me. A ka tere, whakatikai nā e taku pāpā. You know, my koroa said, you're not Ngāti Porou. You've got affiliations there, but this is where you're from. You're Rongo Whakaata, Hāti. So I was quick to learn my pepeha with my koroa, which is, of course, ko puke tapu te maunga, ko te arai te awa, ko Rongo Whakaata te iwi.
Kia ora.
Ko harauta te waka. Yeah, we all come off the same waka. But yeah, it was, so let's just say I learned my pepeha very quickly when my koroa made me stand outside and deliver it to him. So, ko titia ki te ngākau, a ko tuhia ki te rai.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Kiki no ke koe.
Aye. And because is that an awa you need to cross to get to Manutuke? There's that bridge, is that?
Yeah, that's the little bridge. Yeah, Te Arai Te Awa.
Te Arai, oh, kia ora.
And then there's a swinging bridge there as well. It's world famous in Manutuke. So we used to go there as kids and your cousins would walk across the bridge and you'd shake it.
Ah, kia ora.
Yeah.
I thought it's where you...
Just to scare them.
Yeah, I thought it's where you go and swing with your cousins.
Ai, kōrero anō tērā.
Well,
Hare te
there may have been a bit of that.
Hare te meme, hare ki te preti kia pērā.
He episode anō tērā. Hika mai.
After 8 p.m, that one. Yeah, so Manutuke is our safe haven. It's our piece of paradise.
No reira, Rongo Whakaata, e tupuna ne?
E tupuna, ai. And Rongo Whakaata actually came down from north of Gisborne, from Uawa, from Tolaga Bay.
Oh,
Kia ora.
wiki.
Yeah, our tipuna came from there. Let's just say he was a very busy man because he had 3 wives.
Wow.
Aye. And then situated himself at Manutuke. But take no Uawa, and those are our connections to our Te Aitanga Hauiti whānau through our whakapapa and Rongo Whakaata.
Oh, ka pai, kōrero tino hau tērā.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
3 wives, Tūrāhiri, Ue Te Pupuke, and Moitai.
Moitai.
Yeah, so he, as I say, was a very busy man.
Aye.
And te Rongo Whakaata o Naia nei, ka puta mai I era wāhine toko e toru, so Rongo Whakaata
Aye, koia.
affiliate to those 3 wives of Rongo Whakaata.
Koia, te katahau, yes.
Kia ora.
Yes. Ko mātou ngā uri.
Tēnā koe,
Yeah, the
tēnā
descendants
koutou.
of them.
Hea ngā rohi-rohinga o Rongo Whakaata, ko Manutuke anake, ko ka puta atu I taua wāhira.
Yeah, like if you were to give some geographical references, kia mohe ai te iwi, kei whea pū te rohi-rohinga o Rongo Whakaata.
Yeah, so as I previously mentioned, we're about 12, 13 k's south of Gisborne, heading towards Wairoa. And yeah, I would say there's probably a good 5 kilometre radius. There's a little bit of farming. There's a lot of maize paddocks. And also, I suppose the cutoff between Rongo Whakaata and then you further south is Ngai Tā Manuhiri. So te kuri a pāwa.
Kia ora. Aye.
So ko taua rohe-rohenga o te Muriwai, that is Ngai Tā Manuhiri, but Rongo Whakaata is further back. And yeah, we don't have any real kind of, here's Manutuke, and other than our big sign, because our maunga puketapu is kind of hidden at the back.
Kia ora.
But when you come through and see Manutuke, you see the big signs, ko mohio koe, ane he te wahine.
And so you're saying that's all you need to know.
That's pretty much all you need to
That's
know.
all you-
We don't have any of those huge signs that say, welcome to the gumboot capital of New Zealand. You know, we just,
Ai.
hei wi humari
Kia ora.
a Rongo Whakaata. So
Ai.
what do they say now? They say, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Ai. Ki te mohio koe, e mohio koe.
Mohio ana koe.
Ai, koia.
Ai.
Yeah.
Kōrero mai e hoa mo tētahi o ngā, is it Tūrāhiri?
Ai, Tūrāhiri.
And tētahi o ngā pepeha e pāna ki a Tūrāhiri, I think about e kōrero mo te moana.
Ai, te kotahi nā Tūrāhiri ka ripo te moana, ne?
Oh, yeah, like that.
Che.
Yeah, te kotahi a nā Tūrāhiri ka ripo te moana.
Ai, he rawe tērā whakatauki. Nā Tūrāhiri? Ai. So yeah, te kotahi nā Tūrāhiri ka ripo te moana. So I suppose the English translation for that is the one and only child of Tūrāhiri who causes the rippling of the sea. Ai, korea ngā whakamārama mo taua whakataukira. But there's also, Tūrāhiri may only be one person, but such one that could stir up the oceans.
Aye.
Ne?
Kia ora.
So we must know a few people that cause a little bit of ripples.
Agitators?
Agitators. Yeah.
Agitators, that's the word I was looking for.
Activators.
Activators,
Activators.
initiators.
So on one hand, you know, I te kōrero koe he iwi hu Māori e Rongo Whakaata, sometimes they're the gentle Annie.
Yeah.
And then, you know, engari kia tūpato.
Mera wāke.
Yeah.
It was ka ripo te moana. So that, I'm just taking a guess here, so that ko ngā uri, ngā tamariki a tūrāhiri, ngā uri o tūrāhiri, e kōrero ana tēnei pepeha mō te kaha o rongo whakaata, o ana uri ki te whakatutu puehu, ki te kori, ki te aha rānei, koina te aronga.
Ai, ki te kori.
Ai.
Yeah, koina te aronga, but kei te horopaki, kei te horopaki tonu, te wairo o te kiwaha. So, there are different interpretations of it. We like to think that there are descendants of tūrāhiri that will make a positive effect on this world, in a contemporary context, if you like. So,
movers and shakers.
Movers and shakers.
Movers and shakers. Koia. Koira pia te tino whakamara mo te wane.
Movers and shakers of Rongo Whakaata.
Ka ripo te moana.
Ka ripo te moana. So, again, this is for me now. So if I was driving from, is it Makaraka?
Aye.
Is that Rongo Whakaata?
They got nice pies at Makaraka.
So
They got nice pies and donuts at Makaraka.
Yeah, the donuts.
So,
I've heard about the donuts. I'd like to say too, the fruit shop there is good. I got these Spanish melons from there one time.
Oh, yeah.
Never had them anywhere else. They had them. So how far north do the borders of Rongo Whakaata extend? They sort of kissing at Makaraka? Are we in Rongo Whakaata then? Or...
Yeah, that's a good term for it, kissing. Rongo Whakaata's boundary actually from Manutuke, if we go via the beach side, it all extends all the way round to Midway Beach.
Right. Oh.
And also, I don't know if you've been to Captain Morgan's.
Oh.
They do nice burgers and chips there. But it comes right into the city, into Gisborne City. And there is a cut-off point because over the other side of the river is, of course, our Ngāti One. A hapu of Ngāti Porou are situated on the other side, but of course our Paramount Marae, Te Poho Rawiri is situated.
Aye.
So Rongo Whakaata does have a big boundary which extends, as I say, to a certain point here in Gisborne in the city, right out to Manutuke.
Kia ora. You got like Rongo Whakaata, Ngāti One, and then Aitanga Mahaki going inland.
Yeah, Aitanga Mahaki, and then Ngai Tā Manuhiri further south.
Manuhiri.
Wow.
And then you got these 4 marae in a 5 kilometre, if not that radius.
Yeah. And you can see how those borders would go across the takutai, because that's, the main resource. Yeah. E kimi ana I te tai awa.
Are you holding Matai accountable?
I'm keeping my compass.
E tika tai.
Yeah. I'm keeping my compass. And because I was told, we used to have a padre from down there, her name was Rawini Paho, and she would say, we're crossing into Rongo Whakaata as we'd cross the bridge. Actually, from Kaiti into Gizzy, she would say that.
Yeah. He mea nui te raki au e hoa iwe, and I don't know if koutou te hunga whakarongo ka whera me koetahi mātai, but when I'm travelling around the motu, kei te mohu au ki etahi o era tūtohu whenua.
Aye.
There's some of the obvious ones, and then there's some etahi o ngā kōrero tuku iho. And as I'm going along the road, I acknowledge that I'm going through these places. And same. I mean, I know, me kei taere te tai rāwhiti, we're going through whakatō here.
Yeah.
And then I know, I'm into Ngai Tai now.
Yeah.
And then get out of Ngai Tai, and then, you pass the sign, there's this big sign.
Big
now
sign,
entering the tribal lands of Te Whanahapa. So it's like, I'm into Whanahapa.
Yeah, you can see the big cowboy hat.
Yeah. He rawe tērā ki au.
Yeah. Pai oki ki au.
E tino Māori, Māori o tērā āhuatanga. Yeah.
Tika.
Te ngā marae hoa I whakahuatia e koe ko taha rākau.
Aye.
And, kōrero mai mō tērā tupuna, mō tērā tipuna.
Tipuna,
I said tipuna, there you go. I am flexible, I can say tipuna. I haven't got a problem with it. I haven't.
Te Poho tā rākau. So, of course, he's one of our ancestors from Ngāti Maru, Rongo Whakaata. So if you go down to Pāho Marae, which is down Tuaraki Road, they've got a whānau based down there, but one of the families that's from down there is the Jones family, and my mother is a Jones, and they call it Jonesville. But anyway, kia hoki ki tō pātai. Te Poho tā rākau. So tā rākau is one of our ancestors, and of course there is a famous whakatauki that he has provided us, he tata runga he roa araro.
Kia ora.
So, a basic English translation of it would be, the sky is near, but the journey is long.
Kia ora.
Koera pia te ngā whakamārama mō tēnei o ngā whakatauki a taha rākau. And it was talking about tana haerenga ki iaia hi koe ana ki te reinga, ki te wairoa, and ka maui ai tētahi pake. Hea te pake.
Hea te pake. It's like a cape.
A cape, yeah.
Rain cape.
Rain cape,
Yeah.
aye.
Yeah.
cape.
Yeah.
A roughly dressed harakeke cloak.
Cloak.
Yeah.
Have you worn one on stage at Te Matatini, Parane?
No, I haven't actually. No, I don't think I've ever worn one. Yeah, I think I might have had it to do with one of Mātarai, one of Te Paki when I was in Te Arawa.
Yeah. So he tatarunga he roa raro during a trip from Gisborne to, as I say, Taringa ne te Wairoa, with a chief of Ngāti Kahungunu, ko Angi tōna ingoa.
Kia ora.
So Angi asked Taharako why he was dressed in a manner befitting of a chief, because, you know, tōna āhua, me te tau o ngā kākahu. And Taharako, who was dressed in just a pake. What did you describe it as again? Sorry, Parana?
Yeah, a roughly dressed harakeke cloak.
Oh, there we go. He was dressed in one of those. So the journey is far, but the sky is near. That's the kōrero. And as they ascended Te Ahi Manu, which was a big hill near Tiniroto, it started pouring down with rain. Yeah, ka heke mai te marangai. And needless to say, Te Angi was soaked.
Aye.
You know, he was soaked to the skin because he was dressed in, you know, immaculately. And Taharako was in his plain but practical clothing. He was protected from the elements, you see. So when Taharako arrived in Te Wairoa, he was met by Tapuai, the undisputed chief of the area. And Tapuai escorted Taharako around the various pa of his people. And upon reaching his own pa, Tapuai asked Taharako what he thought were the symbols of a chief. What do we think are the symbols of a chief today?
Me whakaiti. Me whakaiti.
He mea nui tērā.
Me whakaiti, he arataki te iwi.
Whakaawe.
Whakaawe, dispute resolution, a bit of dispute resolution in there.
Whakaaro nui.
Yes. Knows where the good coffees are.
Oh, yes.
He mea nui tērā. Yeah, so ki haere tonu a tātou kōrero. Taharako suitably impressed with what he had seen, and in the admiration of the power and prestige that Tapuai obviously commanded, replied, he whare tū ki te pāinga he kai nā te ahi. He whare maihi I tū ki roto ki te pātū watawata a kahukura a rongo mai he tohu no te tangata rangatira. Meaning that a house that stands alone is food for the fire, whilst an adorned house standing within the stockade pa of kahukura and rongo mai is the true mark of chieftainship.
Kia ora.
Wow.
And then a final question that Tapuai asked of Taharako was, what food did the people of Tūranga eat? Well, you know, if you ask me that today, we've got charcoal chicken, we've got Pizza Hut.
Rainbows.
We've got Rainbow Fast Foods, tika taho. Engari, anei ke te whakautu a Taharako, he ahi kouka, te awatea, he ahi I te pō.
Kia ora.
So, roasted cabbage tree during the day.
Oh, yum.
Another type of refreshment at night.
Yes. Intercourse, sexual intercourse.
The pleasure of women.
Yeah, I was going to say the cardinal.
Or was it? Or was it?
Or was it? Maybe just of the flesh.
Yeah, he ai. Did he say he ai wahine, or did he just say he ai?
Well, it's just he ai te pō, so...
Yeah, there you go.
You know.
Ko wātea.
We'll leave that to Ananga for, you know, mai tahi e whakarongo ana. It's interesting to me he mentions Tapuai.
Tapuai,
the
yeah.
first pātai. And I think, just to hei arataki a koute te hunga whakarongo, Tapuai, his pā must have been built in the open.
And the flat, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's why so everybody gets that. His pā didn't have any fortifications around it. The interesting thing to me is, and I haven't heard that part, Matai tēnā koe, about kahukura and rongomai.
Yeah.
So koenei he atua riri era.
Aye.
Ko kahukura, koenei tonu te atua o tainui, ko uenuku.
Uenuku, aye.
Uenuku kai tangata.
Aye.
And rongomai, is the Halley's Comet, but it's also he atua no te riri.
Kia ora.
A rongomai.
Kia ora.
You have tūmatauenga, that's the, you know, most people know about tūmatauenga, but each iwi and even hapu and then sometimes whānau had their own atua to guide them. And in this case, he's mentioning kahukura and rongomai.
Kia ora.
Yeah.
And because I read another account as well where Tapuai was showing all of his taonga.
Oh, yeah.
And it
which
sort
ones?
What
you laughing for? What you laughing for now?
Yeah, all his jewels.
Right. Yes.
That doesn't make it better. But anyway, yeah. And
Wana taonga.
Yeah, wana taonga. And because of where he was situated, that's what sort of caused him to ask that or reply to his question.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
What do you think, if we were to use that whakataua ki pepeha in today's context? What does that mean to Rongo Whakaata, or whakaro ake Matai, talking about
Tēhea.
putting your pa in a fortified position, I guess.
Yeah. Or in a vulnerable position, eh?
Yeah, not be. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Don't be in a vulnerable position.
Yeah, don't be in a
Be in a
vulnerable...
powerful. Be in a position of power.
Be in a position of power. The high ground.
Koia.
Yeah, that's my take on it.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Whare tū ki te painga he kaina te ahi. Yeah.
Ai.
Pai
Pare
tēnā.
maihi tū ki roto.
Yeah.
Ai.
Maihi tū ki roto.
No, he rawe, he ra whakamārama.
Yeah.
And I also like I actually use this a lot. He roa raro, he tata runga, he roa raro. I've said that a lot. It reminds me of the
Roa raro.
time we were going to Tangihanga, and it was over the kaimais anyway. And so it was a bit long, so I hadn't dressed yet. And my mother and them, they had dressed. And of course, she stopped and had coffee. And, well, I was the only one that didn't have a coffee stain on my front because I hadn't put my shirt on yet. I said, e tata runga, he roa raro.
Oh, rawe.
What's
Yes, I
that
love you.
song? Be prepared. Be prepared.
Ai ahua,
That's on
yeah.
the Lion King?
Yeah,
Yeah. Nā he pērā. Yeah, it's a bit of a Boy Scouts tikanga.
yeah. Always be ready, yeah.
Ei, rawe tērā kōrero.
All elements.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I know a lot of he nui te hunga tātou o te ao Māori and others that use whakatauki. All whakatauki at one time were whakatauaki,
Yeah.
such as these,
Aye.
which are some of the famed ones, the ones of Taharako. Every whakatauki was a whakatauaki because at one time we knew who said it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kia ora.
Yeah, I think of late Che Wilson, he's been highlighting some of the whakatauki that are whakatauaki that are from Whanganui.
Kia ora.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I know there's a pai tawhiti and pai tata one that he said was coined by one of his tupuna.
Oh,
and,
ne.
yeah, hei tēnā koe mātai.
Kei te pai.
Hea o whakatauki, o whakaro, ki tō rahi, me tō ngā tūmanako mō te āpōpō o Rongo Whakaata.
Well, you know, Rongo Whakaata, being one of the main tribes here in Tūranga, have been through a treaty settlement a couple of years ago. So we now have a trust who we have entrusted to help us deliver the aspirations and objectives and, you know, the future goals for our people, for the prosperity of our people. So I would hope that our people of Rongo Whakaata continue to make ripples, positive ripples in whatever they do, be it the economy, be it... We've got a, you know, kāre te kūmare e kōrero ana mo tōna ake reka, but we are descendants of Hineha Kirirangi.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Hineha Kirirangi who brought the kūmara
Kia ora.
into Tūranga
Kia ora.
via the Horota Waka.
Lovely.
So even though that kōrero says kāre te kūmare e kōrero ana mo tōna ake reka, I can talk about us today because we are descendants of Hineha Kirirangi. But I would like to say that even though our tribe is, you know, we're about 5,500 people worldwide, you know, Rongo Whakaata descendants at our last census is sitting at about 5,500, 6,000 people. So even though we're just a small tribe, hiwi paku nei, I might offend my people, but, you know, we are in terms of when you compare us to Ngaitahu and Waikato, we're just a little blip. But even though we're a little blip on the map, I would go so far as to say that we have an abundance of talent
Kia ora.
in our descendants of Rongo Whakaata. So if I speak about Sir Derek Lardeli,
Kia ora.
who's a descendant of Rongo Whakaata,
Ai.
of course, ona pānga ki roto o Ngāti Konohi whāngara mai tawhiti, but ko tana taha whaitiri, ko te whānau whaitiri,
Kia ora.
ki roto o Manituke, Ngāti Kaipoho. And so Sir Derek is the beacon of light for us that are following in his footsteps. So, you know, he's a tāmoko expert, he's an orator, profound orator, I should say. And so we have role models. Like Sir Derek, I think of the late Uncle Lewis Moyo.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
He was a huge influence on me and on a lot of us back home in Manituke. So in terms of the future of Rongo Whakaata, I think it's a bright one.
Kia ora.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a whakatauki, but, you know, I don't want to just say, ka whiti anō te rā ki tuā pōpō. It's like, well, come up with something a little bit more magic than that, Matai. I think I'll need a little bit more time on that whakatauki. I have to think about it.
Kei te pai. He rau e rā kōrero hei whakakapi.
Ai.
Yeah.
I ngā kōrero o te rānei. And e mihi ana i tō mihi. Yeah, i te paku pātuhi māo ko Leon. Mō ngā tikanga, we're actually talking about something we took on, it was one of our te kōkua muka, kaupapa was the other week. He aha ngā tikanga Māori, capital M versus tikanga Māori, lowercase m, that one.
Kia ora.
And i te kōrero māua mo te, i a koe mihi ana ki o ake, i te kōrero māua mo te whakatau ki waiho mā te tangata e mihi. And I was like, yeah, but he whakahihi anō te Māori.
Yeah.
Ai.
He wā anō me whakahihi tātou, he wā anō me mihi tātou ki a tātou.
Tika.
Tirohi a tātou waiata.
Yeah.
Ngā mō te omua, te pātere, he kāre i tū atu.
Ai.
I te whakahihi. Nō reira, e pai katoa e rā kōrero ki au mātai, tēnā koe, e te uri o hene hākiri rangi.
Tēnā koe.
And that's actually tēnā koe, ho mai koe tētai ati kaupapa hei kōrero.
Ai.
Mā tāua me tahi tohunga o te kumara.
Ai, kia ora.
And yeah, it's really interesting. I started like thinking of hene hākiri rangi, whakaoti rangi, rongo, hoi anō, he kōrero anō tērā. Engari, e mihi ana ki a koe mau I hara mai ki te kōrero mō tō iwi, mō Rongo Whakaata. And as we say to you, ngai taringa mā, he timo e nei.
Ai.
He timo e nei. E hara I te mea katoa ngā kōrero o tētai iwi, o tētai kaupapa, ka horahia. Engari, he timo mā koutou, me kore e hia kai ake.
Kia ora.
Ki e tai atu kōrero, e riro wai a koe mehe mea ka hoki ki te kāinga.
Kia ora.
No reira, koutou o Rongo Whakaata, puta no I Aotearoa me te ao, e whakarongo mai ana, as we said on past taringa. Some pearls are dropped. For the full picture and story, you need to return home.
For the gems.
For further gems.
Ai.
Ai.
And to engage in wānanga and kōrero and conversations. Nō reira, e mihi ana kia koe mātai, māua o tira mātou o taringa me te wānanga o te aroa. Ia koe whakahua I a raharuhi rukupō, I hara mai ētahi o Rongo Whakaata ki konei, ki te pakanga o rākau.
Oh, kia ora.
1864. And ko tētahi, ko tāna ingoa ko raharuhi, e hara I a raharuhi rukupō, engari ko raharuhi te ingoa. And I hara mai tētahi ope I tūranga, hei whakatāne kaha I te taurawhiri tāngata, o tira hei āwhina mai a māta o Ngāti Maniapoto, o Ngāti Raukau e whawhai nei. I te karauna, nō reire, e kore hoki e rā ahuatanga e ware. We didn't even talk about the kōti.
Kia ora.
And kei ko nei anō ngā hononga ki te kōti.
Ai.
Tika.
Ki te matua tangata. I noho mai wainga nui a mātou mo te wāroa. Nō reira, e rā hononga e hoa mai rāno me tō tātou tū hono āhoa nei. Engari, kua rangatira māua o tira taringa I a koe, te rānei. Tēnā koe.
Kia ora rawa atu. Nō ku ke te whiwhi, whai wāhi atu au, e ki tā kōrua kaupapa rangatira. Tēnā rawa atu kōrua.
Nā koe.
Tēnā koe. Kiki no ke koe, hoa.
Kiki no ke koe. Ana I te waiata o te wiki, tētai waiata no roto mai o Rongo Whakaata. Whakarongo mai.
Ka whiri a te kahi ku hiku mō, na manua Rongo Whakaata, ka tiu a te titiro, ki Matai Rangi, ka Wiki te tōko toru a moe ahu, ki noho tuaraki, ki ngā hau tuaraki, o ngā itara, o ngā titoa, te ati awa, ki raukawa.
I'm always excited to hear whatever waiata comes from Rongo Whakaata, all those areas. It's just so enriched. If e te iwi he iwi kaha ki te waiata, he iwi kaha ki te haka, ngā iwi o te tai rāwhiti. Yeah, I just want to say how enriched I feel, or how privileged I am to get to have these conversations with so many people from around the motu, the iwi.
Koina hoki.
Yeah, and again, we're breaking down those perceived borders of one iwi. These are the parts I like.
Kia ora. Pono, I wouldn't say I take it for granted, but sometimes I think I forget that we're providing really important information.
Tika.
A vast amount, a critical mass that listen to Taringa. And I do get reminded sometimes when people message me or they may come up to me in the street and I'm like, oh, geez, that's right. Yeah, because the wairua we create in our space of Taringa is, tino wātea, he mākoha koha. And I forget that you got all these thousands of listeners.
Tika.
Yeah, and if we can open up a bit of a window, ki etahi, ko te paingara wātu.
Aye.
Yeah, those of you that might be travelling to Tūranga Nui a Kiwa, Tūranga Nui a Maru,
Kia ora.
Tūranga Nui a Rua, Tūranga Tangata Rite, Tūranga Ararau.
Tūranga Ararau.
I think it's the place with the most pepeha pera.
True.
Yeah.
It is all around there.
Yeah, that when you're driving, next time you're driving down to Tūranga, aka Gisborne, you might want to listen to this particular episode again.
Yeah, actually, for those of you who frequent that area during the New Year's festivities, it's Christmas soon, and of course, New Year's, where I know a lot of people frequent down there. You can have a listen to this as you're driving through. Actually, if you're coming from the north, you can do the Mania Poto iwi o te Wiki, you can do the Whakatohia one.
Yeah.
Even listen to the Whānau Apanui one as you drop through into the gorge. Yeah, if you're going that way. But you can listen to the Whakatohia one, and then what are the other...
And you come over through, when you get through the gorge and pop out the other side, you can do Aitanga Mahaki.
Aitanga Mahaki, aye. And then what else did we do in this?
What else have we done down there? Well, Ngāti Poro's a bit up.
Yeah.
We've done...
But if you find time, there's a few hours you can put Ngāti Poro in there. And then, of course, all the way down to Rongo Whakaata. So you got a whole series, or you got a whole mapping of iwi o te Wiki for you to listen to as you travel the country. And other parts as you travel the country during the holidays. Ka nui tēnei.
Kuia. Kiki no ke koutou.
Kiki no ke koutou.
Kiki no ke koutou e whakarongo mai nei kia Taringa. Nō reira, kua māua mihi e nei kia koutou katoa e te iwi, i runga i te whakaro nui kia koutou, o tira ki o koutou whanaunga, e tata nei tātou ki te wāhararei.
Wāhararei.
Yes, and we all deserve a holiday.
Aye.
Although, i au e mahi whakatau mauri ana i pānui e tētahi kōrero. Yeah, the best holiday you can have is with yourself.
Kia ora.
Yeah, I'll leave that one there. Mā koe te hoi anō e te iwi, e mihi ana tēnā koutou katoa. Hei kona.
Yo, whakarongo ki te tangi a te kori mako, kōrero flowing out the hookah force, kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari mai, hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody, gather up close everybody. Kani move that body, kani move that body.
Taringa. He mea tuku nā te wānanga o Aotearoa, nā te māngai pāho I tautoko. To listen to more episodes, search for us on your podcast app and subscribe. Taringa, whakarongo mai.